We have another question, Ron. Thank you for these great answers. Really, really, really good answers today to some great questions. So appreciate both. And let's move on to the next one. The next question, Ron. During this time of preparation and going within, is it important to clear out old past memories in order to accept in new energies that activate our chakras?
Excellent question. Now, how do you clear out old without focusing on old memories, thoughts, ideas, uh, past memories? How do you do that without focusing on them? Um, so the real answer to this is you don't clear out the old so that you have room for the new. That doesn't work that way. You just eliminate the thinking of the past. Satan, the cabal, own the past. If you don't believe me, why do they ask you to listen, to remember the Holocaust or remember this tragedy or that? They want you to remember that because you'll go through the same emotions when it happened the first time. Maybe not as extensive, but you'll go through the same emotions, and that's louche for them. Louche, Louse. I think I got that spelling right. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Louche is what they're looking for, and that's what they're creating every time that's what you are creating for them every time you go back into your history and bring something up that is, and you go through it again. Are bringing up all of the emotions again, and the cabal's over there. Thank you, appreciate that, and you're just left decimated. Well, don't go into the past. You don't have to clear out the old. If you have some problems in the past that keep coming up, then go back and deal with it and resolve it in your mind and say it was always good for the best good for me. Now, if that promise is really true, all things work out for the best good of those that love the Lord. Okay, well, let's let that be true. Just let it be true. I allow that to be true in my life. I not only allow that to be true, but I'm looking for things to support it. I'm going to start focus on things that support that premise, and then it's going to be true for me. Once you get to the point where you've made up your mind, then it can become a habit. It takes a while to get the habit, but once it's there, unless you destroy it, it's going to stay there. So you got good habits that you're trying to create. Control your thoughts. Don't let your thoughts go into the past. Look into the future. You have a rear view mirror that's really small. And when you're driving, you have this huge window in front of you to where you're going. What do you think the car manufacturers wanted you to do? Look in your rear view mirror to get traveling down the road or look out the front? You have mirrors to see what's there, but you don't focus on it. And you don't spend a lot of time unless there's somebody that's barreling down at you and you want to be sure that they don't hit you. Those are the only times when you should be looking out for the past, is to fix it or to do something to fix something that was in your past. Things buried alive don't go away. They'll come back until you deal with them. And that's the way that life is supposed to be. So deal with the things now instead of pushing it aside because it was painful. Deal with it. Come to your conclusion that all things are good for those who love God. And if you don't love God, then you're going to have all those kinds of things come up again and then again and again and again. And that's where people are until they come into control. turn off the autopilot and be in charge of the aircraft that you're flying. And then take yourself to where you want to go. And don't be cussing anybody else because you're off course. You're the one that has the ability to get back on course. And if you blame somebody else, you're still off course. You can blame them all you want, but you're still off course. Get on course because you're taking control of things. And so let's just be sure we understand the principles that are involved here. And that's what going within is supposed to help you to do. But when you're going in, don't bring all of the old stuff with you. Just go in there with the pure intent that you're going to make things work out better for you by focusing on the right things. And it'll happen. Just persist with it. It'll happen because that's who you are and that's the promise that's been given to you. So as a son or daughter of God, you have been promised. Why don't you do it? So that's all I'm saying. Let's go ahead with the next question.
Excellent, Ron. Excellent answer. Really appreciate it. And we will be right back.